Don't engage alone. We do this together.
Yeah!
Yeah!
We got it! We got it!
New 52 booklet.
Somebody clip this one.
Welcome to Under Two Capes, the premier podcast of Comics League. I am Jared. I'm here with Taladia. What's up, Taladia?
What's up?
And I'm here with, at the time of this recording, it is his birthday, Nick from the Phoenix Press. Happy birthday, old man.
Yes, I have completed my 35th revolution around the sun, and I'm ready for the 36th revolution.
What he means is that you put 35 to the 6th power. That's what he means. So,
Wait. You do realize how old you're calling me? Like,
yes.
So you're calling me a vampire?
Yes. You could say you went to you were in the vampire age when they had a masquerade of bloodlines. I had to.
No wonder my comics suck so badly.
Nice. So,
and by the way, I can confirm Keanu Reeves is indeed a vampire.
Yes. So today we are okay. So this was a Nick idea, and shout out to you, Nick, for suggesting this. And we may do more of these episodes in the future, but so we're gonna fix the Flash movie. All right. So
can I say like the one thing that I'm like, let's just get out of the way.
But
the
first,
one thing I'm gonna say
first, real quick. All right. I want to full disclosure. I enjoyed the Flash. Taladia, what was your opinion on the Flash?
I loved it too. I really enjoyed it. Like, obviously for obvious reasons.
We know a certain birthday boy's opinion on the movie, but
I'm not a big fan of it. I did like certain parts of it, like Sasha Calle Supergirl. I was surprisingly enjoying it.
How about when they canonized the Snyder Cut?
Yes,
that was also good.
But before I became a pro Super Wonder fan.
Be very careful what you say next, Taladia. Be very careful.
Remember, he has the band hammer ready.
I have the band hammer.
I know. I'm just saying. Before I was a pro Super Wonder fan, remember?
Mm-hmm.
So, the scene
before he strong-armed you.
The scene where Batman and the Flash get tied up.
He was waiting to drop that one.
He was waiting to drop something. Yeah.
Over that clip, and I'm like, I know what you're gonna reference.
Yes.
All right, but
go ahead.
As far as the Flash adaptation, guys, you know I'm gonna say, you know what I want to add. Let's just get it out of the way. Grant Gustin needs to be the second Flash.
Yes, because I always felt having two. First off, having two I mean, I get he traveled to a different multiverse, a different world, but why do two Flash when you have? Because I think again, more people would have shown up to the movie if you had the CW Flash as well. Because he set that up in Crisis.
I mean, like literally, like season 9 ended not too long before the Flash movie came out. You could have literally used the ending of the Flash to set up the Flash, and it would have been great. Like just imagine
And wait a second, you could have had it with the Arrowverse ends with the Zod invasions. You could have kept the Zod invasion as well.
Yeah, because like obviously the Arrowverse is a part of the greater DC multiverse. We know that
it exists. Yep.
And I'm not saying you needed to have all the Flash people or any of the other Arrowverse people. Just have Grant Gustin, and you could contrast between their different Flashes. Like Grant Gustin's is a little more like they perfectly pointed out in the Elseworlds crossover. Like, you need a big speech and a pep talk by Iris. You know, like there is enough contrast between these two characters that I think would make for a really good movie.
Yeah, and you could even have it where like they're running side by side, and then Grant turns to Ezra and goes, "You run funny."
Oh jeez.
That would have been. But I agree with you on that because, for one thing, you can save the really bad CGI face effects if you don't have another Barry, if you don't have another Ezra on the set. You could.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and like the stupidest part of the movie was main Barry losing his powers for like a quarter of the movie and having to recreate. Like, I get it, they're recreating like that one Flashpoint moment, but
well, the other thing they were doing is they were because Flash never got like an origin movie. They were giving the origin movie in this movie.
Very badly done, at least.
Yeah, they were telling but not showing. I would have rather like maybe a flashback and then they just do it.
Question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't bring back Keaton Batman, what other legacy character should, like, because if it's Chip, that has a lot of the Flash TV show baggage to it. Like, what other, like, because I feel like Batman doesn't really work in this movie they're trying to tell.
Mm-mm.
I feel like, okay. Gabe, I'll tell you who's going to really like what I'm about to say.
What's up, Jade?
What if you just bring back Dean Cain Superman?
Ha! They wouldn't do that because he doesn't have the right politics.
Or at the very least, what about Brennan Ralph's Superman? Just like
they could have done that.
That could have worked.
That could have definitely worked. So Jay Heat. So far you didn't miss much. Our first way of fixing the Flash is instead of having two Ezras, have Ezra and Grant Gustin team up, partly because they set it up in Christ's on Infinite Earths.
Somebody tell me that was a reluctant compromise for you.
That was a reluctant compromise. But here's the thing. It does improve the plot because you don't have that annoying... I do agree with Snyder Queen a little bit. Like, younger Barry's laugh is really annoying, and I'm like, oh, shut up.
I mean, the film was trying to do, like, older Barry realizes how annoying he was, and like acknowledging the audience's hatred for like the kind of like the early kind of Barry. I get that, but the thing is, we haven't had enough time with Ezra as Barry in order to have those moments be earned, in my opinion. Because like this is what, the third Flash film. Usually those kind of moments are like after 10 years of film. Like, yeah, Endgame works is because it has like 15 years of cinema behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just for a cheeky throwaway line, it kind of lessens the impact. So I definitely agree how Grant Gustin would have been a better choice. Have him be the older Barry kind of mentor, because he went through something similar when he created Flashpoint, when he saved his mom. He went through something relatively similar, and had some free brownie points and synergy for the show, which was already in decline. So,
and then what you do is instead of Black Flash, who by the way, his real name is Salvatore, have
I like him the same exact story.
Same exact story. Here's what you do. You can still have the evil Flash chase him. Let's make it Anthony Starr's Reverse Flash. You're done. You don't have to change that much.
The introduction for Reverse Flash is you first have the TV show version. You think he's going to be the villain, and then all of a sudden you see a hand through him, and then he falls over, and then it's the Anthony Starr's like, oh, you're dealing with the real Reverse Flash now. Yes. So he is the villain. It is a threat. It is a threat indicator. It's kind of like a Warp effect kind of thing. You kill the Reverse Flash, which has always been a formidable opponent in the show. He kills so easily, and then it's the Anthony Starr version. And then if you want to keep the multiverse part, just have it where Ezra and Grant are running through the multiverse, then they fall into the actual Flashpoint universe with actual Flashpoint Batman and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We need that.
Now, the Amazon Atlantean War, it's a nice touch, but you really don't need it in subtext of this film. It just would have been a nice touch. If
they're falling into Flashpoint J-Heat, they have to reference it once just to say, we're in the Flashpoint universe.
I mean, we can kind of replace that with the Man of Steel reskin with the return of Zod and Supergirl. So you still have a world-threatening conflict.
I think the Superman stuff was very poorly handled.
Tacked on.
Yeah.
Tacked on, definitely. Especially the Batman stuff felt tacked on. Like, I feel
First off, also, how is a 70 to 80-year-old Batman moving like Keaton was? That's the problem with bringing back old actors to reprise their roles in movies now, is that it starts, particularly with Batman, because Batman has no powers, so he's a dude.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work as well. I get for nostalgia reasons, but there's a certain point when nostalgia just doesn't work.
Yeah, like I could see them bring back Linda Carter's Wonder Woman, and she moves really well because she's an Amazon.
Yeah, that
I'm
works.
obviously stunt double, but at least she has like the Amazon plus, like she's already 5,000 years old or something. So like having her character move as well as she did, that's actually believable.
But what would have been even cooler though, I think, was, I know Nicolas Cage, you know, it would have been really cool to have him
Oh my god!
in the.
You're
in the
still
film.
on this, man. I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook. Go ahead.
Come on.
Okay,
But
let
his
him say stuff.
introduction as the alternate Superman, right?
Oh, you mean he's the Flashpoint Superman?
Yes.
He would do it.
Oh,
He would
that
do it.
actually is not a bad idea.
I personally don't agree with it, but I want Taladi to say what he says. But I personally don't agree with it.
Well, why don't you agree with it?
I'm trying not to be, you know.
Well, why
you
don't
know,
you agree with it?
No,
Your
no.
I don't think it's a good idea. I just don't really think it fits like with the tone of the story.
But
you know.
Okay, that works.
But the way I see, like, if they were gonna bring a Superman into this film, Nicolas Cage would do it. I that's what I think. I think he'll
Well,
be.
Claudia, I will say I respect your opinion at least.
Or Brandon Routh, they could have done
Yeah.
him. Or here's
Yeah.
a good idea: if this is supposed to be like the end of the DCEU, just bring in Cavill. Just CGI Cavill to make him gaunt, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, but they didn't want to root. They kind of did Gavel dirty, if you're really being honest. 'cause they
No, but
used
I'm
the
saying,
loophole
Jay Heath, this is an alternate universe where we're running the Flash.
Okay.
Because he did come back to film extra stuff with Godot, and I need that footage for fan edits.
Oh my god, you need it for
Britt and I are
personal
like itching at the bit to get that footage because I need
release
it.
the Cavill cut.
Release the Cavill cut. Yes, release the Super Wonder cut of the Flash. I need it.
Oh
Look
my
at Jay Heath's
God.
face.
Even if it's corrupted by George Clooney Batman showing up.
Oh,
As long as we're not into Raylo territory, I can accept the cringe.
Hey, at least my ship's sold. But anyway, the other way I would improve it is, okay, now here's what I would do. You could still do the portal showing the different like realities and showing like the different Supermen.
can you please at least spend more than $3 on the CGI?
Well, here's what I would do, Nick. Instead of like trying to recreate these people in CGI, just have like the portal open and then you see like footage from their Earth. Kind of like, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, Titans did this better when Beast Boy's traveling through the red and you just see like scenes from the movies.
I mean, yeah, it's archive stock footage, but at least it shows more tact rather than using
at the very
CGI.
least. Please try and render something on something stronger than a PlayStation 2. Like that would be appreciated.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. I wouldn't have done the whole, while it was cool in concept, I wouldn't have done the whole Chrono Ball recreating people. I would just had them go back in time and you see like event, because they could take like events earlier in the film and just reverse the footage and kind of like you're rewinding a videotape. I think that would have been a little better than what they did with the Chrono Ball.
I will say the Eric Stoltz joke was actually kind of clever. I'll give him that much.
Because that's good, because he falls into an alternate universe.
No, even better. I would actually get I would actually say, hey, Universal, you know that Eric Stoltz footage, because like they shot like 90% of the movie with Eric Stoltz. Can we have some Eric Stoltz footage to like play on TV or something?
On the TV, yes, that would work.
And then like the archive, you're like, oh, holy crap, new Eric Stoltz footage. Let's I would do that.
That would actually be kind of cool. And I could
Because
see
the movie would
Universal
have
doing it for
like
joke.
new, never before seen footage of Eric Stoltz as Marty McFly. Because like they shot like most of the movie with Eric.
Mhm. That would actually be really cool.
It'd be a nice touch.
And
It'd be a
that
nice
would be,
touch.
and it would be committing to the bit. And the thing is, yeah, with the scene, I wouldn't have done the baby shower scene because that was just odd.
Why?
You could
Just
still do
why?
a scene where like you want to show that like as his calories go down, his ability, his speed.
He's reckless.
Yeah, that. Well, you can still do the hunger thing. It's just the CGI babies thing. It's like
Poor
it's really
taste, man.
bad.
Poor taste.
It's
Like the
just
whole microwaving a burrito mid incident and eating it was just kind of stupid.
Well, he
don't
needed
know,
like
I'm
calories. I got that part. It's just the CGI bait. And first off, I would have given the CGI people more than a week to do these shots because a lot of them they only had a week.
Last minute.
More than
very
a
last
week,
minute.
and then maybe a little bit more than $5 in a ham sandwich.
Yes. In other words, here's the thing about the Flash. I think it would have been better if I know they couldn't delay the movie again, but I'm just saying delay the movie again. At least like a couple of months, like if they had made this the last DCEU movie, they should have, they could have used this time to really polish those visual effects and get them good. In other words, if the Flash were coming out in December, I guarantee you the VFX would have looked better.
All right, here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say it has a different director. Zack Snyder's off the table for obvious reasons. I know you guys are going to say that. What director would you have do this movie? Okay, I'm gonna put something out there. Sam Raimi.
He could pull it off, but that's a lot of pressure to put him through.
He failed the first multiverse movie. Do you really want to give him a second?
To be fair, that movie was so disjointed. He did the best he could with that movie. I'm going to give him a pass.
True that. Sam Raimi's an interesting option. I could definitely go.
Well, the thing is, if Sam Raimi does The Flash, who is Bruce Campbell playing? That's the question. Oh, Bruce Campbell as the Reverse Flash. No. Bruce Campbell as a trickster.
That's better.
That's better.
Or he's Captain Cold. Oh my God, yes, or Weather Wizard.
Yes, I could see
you
it
could
more
use Bruce Campbell for so many roles. It's crazy.
But
yeah,
if
exactly.
It's a Sam Raimi movie. It has a Bruce Campbell cameo. So
yeah, I could see that. I don't think Nolan because he doesn't do like these not grounded movies, and this is not definitely.
I don't think
No.
Burton. I don't think Tim Burton either.
No, it's not weird enough.
Yes,
No.
it would have to be very cuckoo
Weird.
for him to pick this up. Probably. Okay, I'm gonna say a name out loud. Robert Edgers.
Not my first choice, but
Visually, the dude knows how to make a visually pretty movie, and let's
Okay,
be honest.
I
go
have
ahead.
two solid picks, and I think you guys would be like.
Who?
First one is Robert Rodriguez.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Then we had to ask who is Danny Trejo playing.
Yeah.
No, the second one is the guy who did X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Bryan Singer.
No, X-Men First Class and Kick-Ass. Sorry.
Forget. Yeah, I mean,
I
could
forget
see that.
myself, man. Like,
Yeah.
Oh no, he's like a really solid director.
I don't know who that is, but I mean, that's an option in terms of like the direction of that movie. Now, the other
Matthew Vaughn.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other option are the Russo brothers.
If they do it, if they agree to do it, I think they do a good job.
Yeah.
I think they would still be technically under contract with Marvel, so it would just depend.
No, I was saying if the stars aligned and we got them to do a Flash movie, I think they could do a decent job, particularly with what they did. Because technically, Endgame is a multiverse movie.
Okay, this is a bit of a slight tangent, but I'm sorry, this idea came in my head. I have to get out here. A Justice League New Frontier movie directed by Joe Johnson.
Who's Joe Johnson?
The Rocketeer. This little film called Captain America: The First Avenger.
Yeah, that could work. I like that.
Not to mention, but can Dan Cook's art style really be recreated in live action? That's a tall order.
Wait, did he just say Dane Cook's art
I said
style?
dark.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Comic League moment.
We are going to edit that out.
No,
No, we're
I'm keeping that in. No. Dane
No.
Cook's art style.
This is the Jared cut right here. This is the only cut.
Oh
Ha,
my
ha,
gosh,
ha.
that is awesome. That is the best flub ever.
I'm pretty sure you've had
We
worse
broke
than
it.
mine.
No,
we
no,
broke
no,
it.
no,
We
no.
broke
This
it.
is way better.
Hey, I'll take the L. It don't matter to me. I'll take the L. So
Hey, we all have L's on here, Jared. I almost called you Jared.
Yeah, Nick just had an L. Nick just had an L.
Exactly.
hey, my name is actually Jared. So Jarrett. So that's
All right, I'll
actually my
take it.
name.
I'll take back
So,
the L.
Claudio, do you want to have an L as well?
No, I'm all right. Thanks very much for the offer.
Okay,
though.
good. Thank you. There's still time. There's still time. But
Yeah.
I mean, furthermore, I think the movie should our movie should end just back in the regular universe. Like, there's no he gets caught in another world. We're not technically we're not flashpointing it. We're not having the flashpoint ending where like the
Keep it
world
as self-contained as possible.
Keep it as self-contained. He just goes right. We're actually doing the original Jeff Johns idea for Flashpoint. He screws with the timeline, puts it back, and it goes back to normal.
Maybe some small dividends here and there, but we're not talking like a full new 52.
Well, yeah. Here's what I would do: is that when Barry
Well,
goes back,
no. The
Nick,
dividends
hang
are
on.
good.
What I would do: Barry comes back, Superman's in the black suit. This is how I canonize the Snyder Cut.
Okay.
And I would say, shouldn't you be?
Okay.
And I'm like, and then Flash goes, "Oh, Superman! I didn't recognize you without a mustache."
You had to.
The silence is all I need.
Also,
Yeah.
is Sasha Kelly Supergirl in this movie?
Yes,
Yes.
that's fine, and she can stay in the universe. She's when Barry goes back, she's there as well. I'm fine with that.
Well, okay,
She was great.
okay. So we're Flashpoint, and it's Flashpoint Batman. So the one that helps him break out is like, okay, we need someone else, and so it's like, and then a newspaper comes by, talks about Queen Consolidated. So they go to Star City, and Barry's like, I heard of this guy. Bruce is trying to recruit him for months, and then they meet the Green Arrow, and the Green Arrow played by Charlie Hunnam.
Thank you.
I know how to pay my dues. But like, so he's the one who helps break Supergirl out, and you get all that stuff. And basically the final battle is the stuff with Zod happens, but it happens in Metropolis. Okay.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I was rewatching the Flash
and the
recently.
Superman for this is Brennan, and this in the Flashpoint Superman is Brennan Ralph.
Yes. So I was rewatching the Flash. That's the other thing I would fix. I get that they were trying to make no collateral damage in this battle, but there's like zero. It's the most boring area to have a final battle in, like a barren ass desert.
Wait, and then as soon as he sees Superman fly by, Grant Gustin flies like, wait, what is Ray Palmer doing in the Superman suit?
No, but he knows that's Superman though at that point. But
Yeah.
anyway,
wait, was he there for that? I don't think he was there for that moment. I think.
No,
they
The
were
Paragon
always
stuff was
together.
part 3, so I don't think.
Oh,
Barry was there
okay,
for
yeah,
that.
they met on the Wave Rider. Okay,
Yeah.
But my problem is again, it's a cool battle, but I get what they were trying to do, but it's in like a flat ass desert, and I'm like, this is the most boring thing I have ever seen.
Endgame got away with it because you had so much build up.
No, it's not just that. I'm just talking in Endgame. It wasn't just a flat space that was open for miles.
And also, they explained it because they literally blew up the Avengers compound before the scene started. Like, it properly explained why. Like, they never explained why it's on this like flat area.
Well, to a degree, because at that point in the Man of Steel movie, that's when Zod came to collect Superman, and they were in that desert. But I was like, why put the battle there, though?
And the most
here's what you
boring
could have
place
done.
possible, like a field of grass would have been more interesting.
Well, here's what you could have done, and it would have fit with the theme of that movie. Put it in Metropolis and have Barry actually save more people, because if you remember in the Flash movie, he talks about during the Zod invasion, he couldn't save everyone. Now he has the opportunity to make up for that.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
have Green Arrow say, "Save one." Oh, okay. I know this is a Justice League line, and you can give me the
Roll
clip
the clip.
after I
Get the
say.
clip ready.
No. Let me say my piece first. But the one line that I do like is save one person, then save another. I know that's a Justice League clip, but I think that's why did you say that name? And I deserve that. I totally deserve that.
My answer to this is a resounding.
Fair enough.
Look at Alita
To
Battle Angel.
say-
Great movie, by the way.
Alita Battle Angel is awesome. I think it's
What
safe
if Alita
to say,
shows up in the Flash?
I think it's safe to say any reference to that cut of Justice League is wiped from the DC. In fact, that'll be one of the worlds that's destroyed by Flashpoint. That Earth will know because what'll happen is that the portal will open, kind of like I said earlier. We'll see like the opening scene of like Superman talking to those kids on like the TV, and then it'll just shatter.
No.
That movie never happened.
No. It's revealed that the Flashpoint Earth is the Justice League Earth because like they
Don't
like,
give
looking-
anything
meta,
cool
too
to
meta.
Justice League.
No.
You can't make
Barry's
Justice League work, Nick.
No. It's like he sees a picture of Steppenwolf. It's like, wait, and it's like the Justice League version. Wait, that's not Steppenwolf. That thing's ugly.
Like a bantha.
And then he says like a bantha. and then literally Tamara Morrison pops into the screen and says like a bantha. And then he goes back to the Aquaman set.
I'm going to give you one word answer, Nick. No. Justice League must be like in Crisis when they
Obliterated.
have the antimatter wave that destroys planets. That's what this does.
So you're literally putting it on the same server as Batgirl.
Yes, I am. I am. And I'm running a magnet over that server. I am running a magnet and pouring water on that server.
Let's hope you can finish it before David Zaslav comes in with his axe.
No, he and I are going to axe the thing together. We're axe bros. We're going to completely tear that thing apart.
Wait,
I will
Jared,
say.
Does that mean you're an axe man?
Yes,
Dun,
that's
dun,
true.
dun,
I
dun,
will
dun.
say what was kind of funny is the best thing to watch on YouTube when the Snyder Cut got announced, people were taking their Justice League clips and burning them.
Yes.
That was the greatest thing to watch ever. And they were
By
taking
the
their
way-
old Steppenwolf action figures and throwing them in the trash.
By the way, if we ever do, if all four of us ever do meet, we actually do need to burn a copy of the version that does not exist.
I don't even have a copy, so
Neither
I
do
do.
I.
I will buy a copy from like the please take this. It's been sitting here.
You'll
for 5
buy
years,
it
Ben.
from the $50 section of Ollie's.
Exactly, and like I'll get like this bin of like this like 50-gallon drum
Hold
of
on,
Justice
hold
League
on.
figures
No,
for like
no,
2
wait.
bucks.
We'll put Birds of Prey. We'll put like Wonder Woman
The Suicide
1984.
Squad.
Yeah,
Remember
the Suicide Squad.
Remember that
Peacemaker.
Family Guy scene that referenced the UK version of The Office?
No, I didn't.
You know what I'm talking about? Where Stewie pretty much bashes and punches the disc, and Brian has to pry him off.
It's pretty much that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's Office Space. That scene from Office Space. No, what we'll do if we ever do this, we'll recreate that scene of Office Space where they're like destroying the copier. That'll be what we'll do in slow motion.
Literally, we'll just like have like an artist create like a resin version of the old Steppenwolf, and then we'll take golf clubs to it and then set it on fire.
No, we'll do the whole. We will recreate the Office thing, music and everything. The Office Space. Nick will run back and start stomping on it, and we have to pull him back. That would be so good. Yeah, that's a plan. We're doing that, and we're filming it for content, and we're tagging Joss Whedon in the post. Like,
Oh my
hey,
God.
Joss, we found a better use for your DC movies. But anyway, back to
And then
back
we're
to
having
this
like
movie.
the bonfire at the end of the
But
night.
back-
I'd be like, guys, I found one more, and then I just toss it. And you say, toss it into the fire, destroy it.
Yes, and we're gonna say, okay. Now, what I will say, The part of the movie that I did enjoy up to a certain point, and it cannot be any more obvious which point I'm talking about, is the beginning in the Snyderverse with like Batman on the motorcycle. Although I wouldn't give him a CGI thing, because the CGI on Batfleck's suit when he's on the bike and just the Batfleck suit in general, when I see Batman standing like this, I have issues. I'm like, no.
I wasn't a fan of, like, I like that they put him in like the blue and the gray, but like the suit itself, I wasn't too big of a fan of. We can chalk that up to like different opinions.
It just didn't mesh well.
Well,
it really did.
You could still put him in the BVS or like the Justice League suit, but have it be blue and gray. You could still do that. You didn't need that suit. Or make the suit look better. That's the thing. Don't have Batman standing like this. Don't have the cowl eyebrow thing. And then obviously don't have his hand get caught in the lasso of truth. That was stupid.
So what you're saying is, can we please not make the suit blue or gray and animated?
Other breaking news. Water. Wet.
Thank you, Percy.
Thank you. Thank you, Perry White. Thank you. But yeah, I'm just like, so I would keep that scene relatively the same, except for the suit for Batman and obviously the baby shower scene. But I'm talking about more of the chase scene, and I would get rid of
never say any of that stuff.
I would have Wonder Woman show up, though. I would have the entire Justice League show up, because if this is like the end, you could do a nice little send off there to see the entire team there.
I would.
I want to see the entire Justice League doing something together. Which, if they sell the SnyderVerse to Netflix, we'll get that. What's up, Claudia?
I would compromise with you. Instead of Wonder Woman, do Aquaman. That would have made more sense.
They're near water. There you go.
Yeah, you can make more sense to have Aquaman there instead of Wonder Woman, because then Aquaman would be the one to save Bruce from falling.
Wait. How would you feel? Okay, this is random, but like, because you remember talking about Superman in the Netflix deal, they announced before they do Justice League, they're doing a Man of Steel 2, a Wonder Woman 2. Like, they're basically just kind of like doing films to set up where they have different directors, but Zach is producing all of them.
That would be cool. Hey, let me put it this way. I'll take if we just get JL 2 and 3, that's fine. I'll be happy about that. If they want to give us more than that, I'm not going to say no to that.
Yeah. Same.
If somehow we get the Batfleck movie, I'm cool.
Because I could see like once it gets sold to Universal and James, like Superman Legacy crash and burns, Universal's like, you know what, Netflix, you guys are cool. You guys want to do this thing? Okay, that means we have zero risk. We just simply collect a paycheck. Yeah, you want to do that stuff? Cool.
Well, here's the thing. I think if they do sell it again, it's gonna be probably before even the sale, because I always said the best time to announce it, if they were gonna do it, is in between Rebel Moons Part 1 and 2. That way you can keep the Zack Snyder hype up. You do
because
that.
It does make it more valuable to say, hey, we have this thing in development from like the hit director of Rebel Moon, and he's doing this thing that people are anticipating. Like, look at this. We released the Emerald Cut, and it literally crashed Amazon servers.
Amazon servers?
Yeah, like people buying the Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant that. But and they could also release David Ayer's Suicide Squad on Netflix.
Release the Schumacher cut.
Release the Schumacher cut. Use Netflix to dump all your director's cuts. That's actually a great idea.
You see, another thing too, right? We got to take this into consideration, right? Warner Brothers is selling off things.
Yeah.
Right? On multiple platforms, including Tubi, right?
Tubi, I can't believe.
Yeah.
So, that's why, like, I think what will happen is, I think Zach will.
My mic is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I kind of hear like something going on in the background or something like that. So I'm just gonna mute you and then unmute when you want to talk. All right, go ahead, Taladia.
Sorry, it was a bit distracting. But like I said, I think what would be cool, because it's on different platforms, just imagine in between Rebel Moon 1 and Rebel Moon 2, Netflix announces the deal, and on top of that, they announce that they're doing Man of Steel 2 to say the middle finger to James Gunn.
That would be fantastic if they announced Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill, and it comes out at the same time as Superman Legacy.
That would be the greatest.
They won't do that, but still, I was like, that would be hilarious to Lottie, and I would laugh my ass off. But I do think, by the way, if they were to do the whole licensing deal, I think more, and Talati, you said it last time we talked. Yeah. If they were to do that licensing deal, it would make more people willing to hop on board with James Gunn's universe, because they'll be like, we don't have to necessarily choose. It's like we can watch the Snyderverse and we can with a full Snyderverse, and then we can give your thing a chance because you've proven to me that you can finish a freaking story.
Exactly.
I agree. So, hey guys, I'm back. I had to check something.
Yeah, what's up?
So what I miss?
We were talking about if they were to license the Snyderverse, this would also be a big boon for the DCU, like public relations. And what I mean by that, because Warner Brothers has a reputation of not completing stories. If they take the time to complete this story, more people are going to be like, okay, you know what? If you make a plan, I know you're going to fulfill it. Because so far,
also,
zero indication of that. Well, what's up,
okay,
Nick?
If Warner Brothers does get sold to Universal, there is a crossover movie that needs to happen.
What?
Fast and Furious. Fast
with
and
the
Furious
Bat Family. With the Bat Family. That way they can say it's all about family.
No, Fast and Furious versus the Justice League. You'll have Dominic Toretto piloting the Batmobile.
Wait.
Basically,
Nick, hang on, Nick. And then here's what gets really weird. And then Hobbs shows up at the same time as Black Adam.
It's like family.
He's like, it's a Bat Family. It's all about family.
What if it's just a movie where they're like where Dominic is trying to steal the Batmobile, like.
Yeah. Oh, and Giselle shows up and meets Wonder Woman.
Oh my god, I love it!
Oh no, wait, and Big Barda shows up. It's played by Gina Carano, and her character comes back from the dead.
Oh my god, yeah, she was in the film. Oh my
gosh, this would be so good. Like this is like. This would be the greatest movie of all time. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And I would put it has to be, this is part of the contract. The characters have to meet that are played by the same actress. This has to happen.
Even better. Basically, they're trying to go after Darkseid, and they're in these tunnels, and it's pitch black, and all of a sudden you just see a pair of eyes, and then you see what's Vin Diesel's character from those movies?
Dom Toretto.
No,
the other one.
Oh, Riddick.
And then Riddick appears.
And then Carl Urban's Dredd shows up. This movie is just gonna be called crossover.
Even better. So you have the villains from Fast X. It's Jason Momoa and Ian Michael Richardson. But then you see a mirror. And it's both of their versions of Aquaman.
No, wait. And then Lobo shows up, also played by Jason Momoa.
And then Palpatine returned.
Yes, exactly.
This is completely
I want that movie to come out just for that. And then here's the Marvel DC crossover. Captain Marvel shows up, and she meets her character from Fast X.
And then
Hawk shows up.
And then she looks at Captain Marvel and says, "Could you possibly smile more?"
He goes, "I'm better than you." And then Wonder Woman goes, "I'm better than you in every way."
Oh my god.
Yes. So anyway, but back to the Flash.
No. And then all of a sudden, from the steaming pile of wreckage, Snake Plissken appears.
Who's that?
Escape from New York, played by Kurt Russell.
I've never seen
Kurt
that
Russell
movie.
plays Mr. Nobody in Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that would work. Oh no, Ego the Living Planet shows up.
No,
Oh, dear
let's just stop,
Okay,
'cause that-
yeah, let's
Let's
get back
just
to the
stop
Flash
it.
before this goes really crazy. Let's get back to DC.
I mean, it already has, but
It already has. Let me put it this way: this plot sounds like it would happen. It would realistically happen in a Fast and the Furious movie. So it's not like Nick is pulling this out of his ass. That's
I'm
the
not
thing.
sure there's enough cocaine in Hollywood to make this happen, though.
Oh, there's enough. It's Hollywood. There's enough.
There's
But-
always more cocaine.
There's always more. But but
God damn it.
cocaine.
so in other so the other thing is
We're so demonetized.
no, we're not. Don't do drugs, kids. I just saved us. So
Drugs are bad.
yes,
Unless
back
the
to
government gives it to you,
DC.
then it's okay.
Back to DC.
Back to DC. Now, I do say again, and Nick, I want to get your thoughts on this because the three of us were talking about it yesterday on Taladia's Snyder fans read comic stream. By the way, shout out and go sub to Taladia Plays. But we were talking about with the statements made by Stuber and Zach and Zaslav licensing practically everything, and Rebel Moon postured to do really well.
And Warner Brothers
Has the
bankruptcy.
likelihood of the licensing deal increased in your estimation?
I think I said this earlier on the stream.
Mhm.
While things are looking good, I think ultimately everyone is waiting to see for the hard numbers for Rebel Moon. Now, more than likely, it will probably do well. I think it will.
All
Well,
of
the
this
thing
stuff at
Let 'em
Netflix
cook.
has done
Let 'em
well.
cook.
But, no,
But
I'm
we
sorry,
we don't know how well. Now, obviously, Netflix is putting their full weight behind this. That is a good indication. Like in Netflix's acting, like they think they have a winner. That is a very good sign. And they're putting their full marketing budget behind this. I think it will do well. I think because Zach's stuff has proven to be popular with mass audiences. Critics seem to have a hate boner for him, but we don't care about that. But mass audiences, like how many times have we been walking through the street? You wear a Snyder shirt, somebody says, "Oh yeah, I like Snyder's films." Like,
literally, I was walking into the movie theater, and two instances. Number one, I was walking to the theater. Some dude is passing me. He's kind of smiling at me, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of creepy. And then he goes, "Nice sweatshirt," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then as I'm walking into the theater, I hand the lady my ticket. She like breaks it, hands it back to me, and then as I'm going, she goes, "Restore the SnyderVerse."
Lovely.
And how many times on YouTube have we seen like people go, "This is awesome," when people
And
do
it's not-
like
it's not-
first time
it's-
reactions?
And it's not like Zack Snyder, Restore the Snyderverse, or some other permutation is literally trending every day in some form or another.
Yeah, and it's not like Netflix literally said more Zach is good for everybody.
Yeah, so the indications are good, but the thing is, we don't know how it's going to do. You know, we don't. But I think everyone is waiting until we have the hard numbers, and when this is like #1 on Netflix for like 5 weeks straight, I think people are going to take notice because Hollywood works off of past successes. Like, I guarantee, like for example, if BVS had made $1 billion, we would still be having Snyder films right now.
Well,
Which, by the way, it did.
it did.
Nothing
But
replaced
by the
it.
way, Nick, I'm glad you mentioned that because we have a little case study of this actually happening. Are you ready? So, the Snyder Cut is released, and it practically explodes HBO Max to the point where when Zach signed on to Netflix, they were like, "Here's your corner of Netflix. Do whatever the hell we want. We don't care. We'll give you the money you need. Just do it. Do it. Create." This has happened before.
Yeah, and Zach was smart. He kind of went back to his zombie well, which I think was actually probably a good move on his part. He didn't start
Hashtag full
big.
circle.
Yes. But like I think him going back to the zombie world is a good idea because those can be done relatively on the cheap. I think that would him just kind of like starting small, getting his footing, launching into a big project like Rebel Moon first off might have been a bad idea. But he kind of got his bearings, he got the confidence, and now he's doing Rebel Moon with their full backing.
And here's the other thing. People are like, well, he'll be busy with Rebel Moon. And I'm like, Well, part 2 is shot. He just has to do post-production of that. And it's not like he's going to start immediately working on Justice League. I could imagine him because Zack is currently doing this and Army of the Dead at the same time. I think that if given the opportunity, because he wouldn't have said, yeah, absolutely, I would do it if he didn't think he could do it. He would have said, hey, listen, I can't because I got all these different universes. And then yeah, go up.
Plus, if they decide to do a few films to build up to it, like we get the Man of Steel sequel, because I guarantee you, if they said, okay, we're gonna, no, we're gonna call it Wonder Woman 2. We're gonna call it Wonder Woman 2.
Actually, here's the thing: the 2 movies that make the most sense to set up Justice League 2 are the Batman because of Deathstroke and Man of Steel 2.
Yes.
Yeah, because I guarantee you, if you go to Henry, it's like, okay, so we're gonna do a Justice League. We also want to do a Man of Steel 2, like a proper Man of Steel 2. Then like Henry would like, and yes, like Zack Snyder won't be directing Man of Steel 2, but he will be producing it.
In which case, how about Nolan directs it?
I mean, sure, I don't think that'll happen, but like I'm saying,
yeah,
let the at least do these build-up films, at least Batman.
At least those 2, because what that also does, it buys time for Zack to get the Rebel Moon stuff done and like the Army of the Dead stuff. So he can work on that while you build time with these things.
And if he's in a producing role, he can still offer input. He's just not there day to day.
Yeah,
he's just overseeing everything.
Yeah, just to make sure everything looks good, and he could even oversee like the visual effects and make sure it's being shot correctly, and so that it still looks like it's a Zack Snyder film.
Maybe he's there in the story process, like he's not writing the script, but like a story by Zack Snyder and Chris Terrio or something, you know?
Yeah, there you go. There's any number of ways he could do this, and it's just and again, you don't need that many movies. Just those, literally just those 2. If you wanted to give other movies, because you need the Batman movie because it sets up the Batman Deathstroke dynamic in the Nightmare timeline. Because also, remember, it's Deathstroke now instead of Deadshot.
Also, Batman needs to be directed by Ben Affleck.
Well, yeah, and it needs to be co-written or like co-something with Marv Wolfman.
Actually, no, Frank Miller.
Well, because Marv did say, hey, as Deathstroke's creator, I would love to be at least involved in this.
I just feel like the version of the Batman they have is more the Frank Miller version.
Well, no, but here's the problem with that, Nick. That was the BVS version, because remember, the Batman after Justice League is a little bit more in line with the more hopeful Batman.
All right, then fine. I mean, Danny O'Neill's not really around anymore, so Marv Wolfman, sure.
Because you want a big part of that movie is Deathstroke, and you can do like the Deathstroke origin in that movie, like make that a subplot.
I mean, Marv did create Deathstroke. So.
Yeah, exactly, and that's my point. And then Marv actually said he read the Ben Affleck Batman script, and he says, yes, this is the greatest Batman film of all time. So all you need is those 2 things, because then you give. First off, you have the hopeful Superman movie where Henry is the traditional Superman, and you set up the Nightmare timeline in that. And then you have the Batman movie, which sets up the Batman Deathstroke partnership, if you will. And then you can do Justice League. And you don't even have to do them as like movies. You can do them as series or film them back to back like he did with Rebel Moon, and then you're done. That's it.
The only thing is, I think going forward, they're going to have to recast the Flash. I think there's too much
some point.
No, if they do the Snyder stuff, I think they're going to have to recast the Flash. So let's say there's a Flash 2, just to introduce people to this new Flash. Okay, who would you want to be the new Flash?
Dylan O'Brien.
Obviously not Grant Gustin, as much as I push that.
Dylan O'Brien from the Percy Jackson movies. I always felt he would be a fantastic Flash.
Okay.
What about you guys? I'll start with Taladia.
For
the Flash. Who do you think would... I agree with Nick, because at this point, with the whole public relations headache, I get the feeling that we won't see Ezra as the Flash either way. So,
yeah. Like, Zack has come out and publicly defended both Ezra and Amber Heard, but I think I'm going to chalk that up just being Zack, a nice guy.
Yeah, but who would you want to replace Ezra as the Flash? What would they could always do, Nick, that they didn't even have to, like, recast Barry Allen? Just... It would be a little bit, but explain it like, okay, so Barry is doing something like he's traveling the multiverse, and then Wally shows up, and you have the red-haired Wally West.
Well, the Snyderverse version of Iris is African American, so.
Or just, I'm saying just Wally West.
Well, okay, then fine. J Heat for Wally West.
Actually, Jay Heat more for John Constantine, or actually,
A multiversal John Constantine.
there
by
you
the way.
go. There you go. That works.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, see, there you go. But
We really do need to do those voice things at some point.
Yeah, we will.
We do.
That's a project for 2024. But in terms of Flash, I still say Dylan O'Brien. How about you, Jay Heat?
Dylan O'Brien, he's a solid choice. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a bug. That's a solid choice. But if I couldn't get Daniel O'Brien or Grant Gustin, that's a hard
Dylan
one.
O'Brien, you are not pronouncing names right this episode.
Hey man, I gotta get ready for work in like 10 minutes. All right. I'm kind of scatterbrained.
All right.
But if I had to name one, it would be the Flash from the DCEU. If I had to just name one off the top of my head, that
Michael Rosenbaum,
For
you want
live
Lex
action
Luthor to play
Flash?
You want Lex Luthor to play the Flash?
And he travels to a world. He travels to the Smallville world. He's like, wait a second.
Okay.
He's like, Clark, I'm sorry. I swear this isn't me.
I have no idea who this is.
All right.
Okay,
you want to hear
Nick.
mine?
Who would you cast?
Tom Holland.
Actually, that's not a bad idea, as a matter of fact. If you think about it.
Especially if you're doing a Wally. He could play Wally West or Barry Allen, but he has that kind of like energy, that kind of like happy energy that I think is perfect for the Flash. I think
Wally would be a better choice.
Actually,
well,
wait. I think he'd make a great Impulse. Like he would be a great Bart Allen.
He would, but here's the thing, Nick. If you cast him as Barry Allen, that's actually a good character and like portrayal-wise transition, pun intended, from Ezra, because Ezra does play off kind of like the Homecoming Spider-Man a little bit.
Ezra, especially in the version that does not be named, he basically plays him like a stereotypical hello, I'm random autistic, which I find very annoying. Why he thought that was a good idea?
It's he who must not be named. In fact, you know what? I'm going to play this clip I barely play.
It fills out his clothes like lentils fill out a sandwich bag.
That is an accurate description of that line.
Thank you. But anyway, but I could see, yeah, actually, you know, it's kind of funny. When I think about it, Grant Gustin would actually work as a Snyderverse Flash for this version. So, okay, it's between...
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Did you just say Grant Gustin would work as a Snyderverse Flash?
I mean,
oh my God!
I mean, here's the thing.
Frozen over.
Here's the thing. He would if he were a better actor.
Excuse me.
Shots fired.
Did you watch the crisis scene? Grant Gustin was acting circles around Ezra. What the frick are you talking about?
The other thing is, I don't like a Flash that's constantly crying. It's kind of like Toby's constantly crying in the Spider-Man movies.
You do realize actors have these things called scripts that they go off of, right?
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen a good script with him as the Flash. I'm sorry. That's just my personal experience.
Oh, we're going to have words.
But anyway, so yeah, so I think that's a good place to leave it. We're about 52 minutes in. But so, by the way, drop in the comments how you would fix the Flash. You can't say don't do Flashpoint. That's the one, like, or like a Flashpoint like story. You have to stick in that through line. So I'm gonna go around. So in terms of Comics League, I'll start off. I believe so. This is coming on Friday. So tomorrow we are discussing Dawn of the Dead, the movie that made Zack Snyder the director he is. And in terms of CLD, which is coming out tonight, as a matter of fact, because this episode's coming out on Friday, we are going to be talking about more in depth on all the SellSnyderVerse stuff, going into more detail on Warner Brothers possibly going bankrupt, which that also kind of adds to the maybe we should, because they need the money. But and we're going to be talking about all sorts of comic book topics. For Super Wonder Legacy, Britt and I are going to talk about our favorite Super Wonder battle scenes. So that is going to be super badass. Taladia, how about you, my good friend?
So as usual, you can follow me on Twitter at @TaladiaPlays_, on YouTube at TaladiaPlays, where I will be doing my Snyder fans read comic series, where us Snyder fans, myself, Jared, and Jay Heat, we cover the Justice League comic from the New 52 series. We'll be on issue 3. No, issue 3, right? Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, issue
3.
3. Yes, issue 3 will
The
be covering.
introduction of Super Wonder.
Yeah, the introduction of Super Wonder, as that will be interesting. And also, I will be doing some collabs with well, we're doing collabs with Jay Heat this week. You'll probably see up on Saturday, and also next week will be my collab with Sil Abdul. So stay tuned for that.
Jay Heat.
As for me, you can find me on JJHeat75 on Twitter, JHeatBlaze on YouTube. My Marvels 2 review is finally coming up this week, as well as some Sword Tour playthroughs I also have occasionally on the channel, and some year wrap up with some new DirectionVerse content. Even a retelling of Godkiller 1 from Godkiller's perspective.
Oh, that actually sounds really cool.
Because we never did New Direction Wonder Woman. We went this long without doing New Direction Wonder Woman.
Actually, yeah, it's a good idea. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Jay Heat still got to do the Gotham Knights watch along too.
Hey, I might do that for my birthday stream, since my birthday's 2 weeks from today at the time of this recording. So I might do that at my birthday stream and get it over with.
Man, everyone's getting so old. Speaking of old people, Nick, go ahead.
You could not have done that transition any worse.
I know, I had to, but you know what? It's worth it. It's funny. Go ahead, Ancient One.
You know that means I could see you in the dark dimension if I wanted to.
Actually, no, because the context I was using, Ancient One, is not the cool version.
Okay, you need. I see you've come to bargain. Okay.
Oh man, every time you know what's kind of cool. Nick's mic is so powerful, I can hear his knees cracking.
I will find you, and I will make you play Superman 64.
I will throw Superman 64 against the wall. Nick, where can we find you? And what have you got coming out? That was so good.
Well, thankfully, Superman 64 is glued to the game console, and the console is nailed to the floor, so you can't really do that.
I have a hammer. I will take the nails out, but go ahead.
I took away your hammer.
I will use your teeth.
I am toothless.
Wait, how did you train your dragon come into this?
Where can everyone find you, and what have you got coming out?
All right. You can find me on Twitter, The Phoenix Press. YouTube, search the same. As of this recording, it's coming out on Friday. Today at 6, I'll be doing Friday Night Frenzy. We're talking about the seeming war between comics pros, comics fans, and just the general shenanigans going on in both the comic industry and the video game industry. On Saturday, I will continue my quest to be the very best, like no one ever was. Yes, that's right. We're playing Pokemon Yellow for episode 2. This time, Jared will be joining us. I'm sure he'll be calling me weeb and making lots of ignorant remarks, and it's generally going to be a good time.
Dweeb.
Sounds about right.
All right.
So yeah, then I got Avatar on Monday, Comics Watch on Wednesday. We're reviewing Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. It's going to be so awesome.
I will be in the old folks' home on this man's channel. So, all right. On that note, everyone, stay heroic. And remember, Super Wonder for life, Lois Lane.